Alrighty, I'm going just to share my screen with you guys. Hmm. Welcome, everyone. So today's subject is how the subconscious mind controls about 85%. This is how the theory, by the way, and some theories they also go to the 90% of your life and how to change it. I'm going to write down in a chat later my information, but this presentation also is going to be shared with every single one of you. Tomorrow I will send the link for you guys. This is me. I already did the introduction, so we'll skip that, and then we're gonna start for the introduction. Most people believe they are consciously choosing their lives, and this is something I'm going to say no. This is not true, by the way. And I know this is some kind of fact when we face it. And usually when people, they ask me, I'm free, I can do whatever I want to do, and no one can tell me what to do. Usually my answer will be, yes, maybe you are free. Maybe you can do whatever you want to do. But the problem is you are your own prisoner. That means you cannot do. And the reason is this. The neuroscience and the psychology also suggest something surprising. As I said, 85% to 95% actually of our behaviors, emotions, decisions, and reactions come from the subconscious mind. That's why we are not free. We are prisoner inside our subconscious. So this is mean our habits, relationships, fears, even our success patterns, even the self-image that we have, our identity, are largely running on automatic programs that's related to our subconscious. But the good news that I would like to share with you guys today, what was programmed can be reprogrammed again. So this is a very good and optimistic way to look at it. Now, I would like you to ask yourself, every single one of you, if you can close your eyes for a moment and ask yourself deep down in, why do I repeat the same patterns in my life? Why is change so difficult for me, no matter how much I try? And why do I know what to do, but still don't do it? I want to, I am trying to, but this is not working. Every time I try, nothing is happening. And today you will understand why all those questions. Now you can open your eyes, guys. Why we want to change, and we have the urge to change, and we have put the intention to change, but the change does not happen in our life. So today we are going to learn how does the subconscious mind work and how everything is related to our subconscious, and it really is not the conscious mind what is controlled, and why do habits repeat in our life unconsciously without even us noticing that, and how our beliefs are formed. Practical tools also we're going to learn today to create lasting change. So by the end of this session, I'm going to give you some kind of way, like, I'm going to share some exercises, how maybe you can start changing those patterns and reprogram yourself if you decided to do that and do the change. Now, I would like to give some explanation and the difference between the brain versus mind. So the physical structure of the brain, the one is in our head. This is the brain is an organ inside the skull. So it's an organ that controls bodily functions and processes information from our environment, and it's the physics part. So the brain, the organ brain, it is the physics parts from the whole entire combination between the mind and the brain. Yes, they do work together in a way, but one is deeper, one on the surface, right? So the brain is the first, I'm going to say, is the first layer. I mean, the material part, the physics. And while the mind is different. It is not a physical object you can point to in one place. So normally, we all knew We know and we knew. Brain is here in the head, right? While if you look at the mind, there is no specific place, there is no point you can point at it, right? Because it's a result of all over your thoughts, awareness, emotions, imagination, and consciousness. It is the metaphysical space. And usually they say, as we are made from seven subtle bodies, and this physical body, it is the manifestation from all those bodies, right? So our mind really remain in all over us, like inside our aura, within our seven subtle bodies, and will manifest on the physical body. So the mind encompasses thoughts, consciousness, and emotions, which emerge from the brain's complex activity. So here's the link between the brain as an organ and the mind. So the connection between the brain and mind, we can say, while the mind is not physical, it is closely linked to the activity and functioning of the brain itself, the organ. So in the short term, we can say the brain is what you have, the mind is what you are experiencing, and the two, they follow, they link, right? One what we have, and the other thing, it's our whole entire experiences. Now, the theory of mind, we have a theory that we work with and we follow, and this is something since they start, or they found out about this part of us, the mind. So what is the theory of mind? First is the mental state attribution. So the theory of mind involves attributing our beliefs, desires, and intentions to oneself and also to others, aiding in understanding behavior. So this is a kind of how the mind state, the mental state attributed. And then it is about social interaction importance. So this cognitive skill is crucial for successful social interactions, empathy, and effect communication among the individuals. Also, this is something tap into our childhood development. This is what's the mind. So theory of mind typically develops during early childhood, very early, formed or forming the basis of for later social and communicative skills. In a way, this is where's the foundation actually for the mind. It's all starts from the childhood, as young as this child in here in the picture, even younger, the day we were born. Now, theory of mind chart. I wanted to go a little bit deeper to give you guys some more understanding about what is the mind. So now we're done with the brain. We know the brain is the organ, right? But there's a lot of things going on inside the mind as a mind when we say our mind. So if we look at the picture here on the left, it's a draw, it's a smaller draw. And if you see the circle here, this is the theory of a mind. If you look down, all the way down, this is the first part that we don't even develop, by the way. This is something we are all born with. Something we call the primitive mind. The primitive mind, it's the part of your brain that focused on survival mode. This is exactly what we call the animal instincts. So this does control our instinctive reactions, such as our fear, our flight or fight, and basic needs, the basic needs. It is the part we are all born with, as I mentioned, representing our natural, instinctive, the animal-like behavior. So this is the foundation for every single human in here. And then if you go up a little bit, and we look in here where I move my cursor. This is what we call the subconscious mind. And this subconscious mind, this is something will be developed from the day we were born, the newborn, until about 8 years old, usually from age 0 to age 8. And this part from the mind will be developed sometimes until the 10 years old, depends on each case, each person. Now, what's going on here in the subconscious mind? And this is, by the way, is our ship, okay? The subconscious mind. So the subconscious mind is the part of your mind that stores your beliefs in memories, habits, and emotions. And it does influence your thoughts and behavior without your conscious awareness. So whatever you have stored here in a way from the day when you were born until the age of 8 or 10, this is really what moves you up to date today. Yeah, I know. It's surprising, right? So usually, how does that work? I'll give you examples. So let's say there's a lot of usually two sides, positive or negative experiences. It will be stored here from the day one. The positive experiences usually we don't go talk about because it's a positive already. Now we go to the negative sides of the experiences. And this is what we call, and it forms in something we call blockages in our life, in our journey, or traumas. So those are traumas, the negative experiences. This is what we get stuck with for the rest of our life if a person will not have the awareness and they are not even willing to work on those changes or trying to do that kind of change within their subconscious in order for them to consciously move on. Now, this is usually, they describe it as this is our hard drive, and this is all the pleasure or pain, our knowing about the pleasure or the pain, it will be stored in here. It's exactly like our life scripts is our old memory or our old memory. So it's like your old movie, the black and white movie about yourself. All right. So I'm going to give example how these things, those traumas, we live in mostly every day, some of us, and we don't have that kind of realization and still. Example, I'm 5 years old. I was walking on the street with my mom. My mom, she was walking me, and a dog approached me, and the dog started barking in my front of my face, kind of attacked me. I took it that way, right? Maybe it was wanted to play with me, but it's bigger than my size, right? I'm a kiddo, right? So the dog is bigger, approached in the dog way, the natural animal way, and I got scared. I got so scared, I start crying. And now I'm 30 years old, woman, example. And every time I walk on the street and I see a dog, I freak out. Now, a lot of time I say it with myself and I ask myself, this dog looks so friendly. Why am I so scared to approach dogs? See, this is how the connection is. The subconscious, most of the time when we get traumatized in our childhood, the subconscious, we don't remember them. Most of them, we don't remember them. We just like depress those kind of fears, okay? Another example, my mom used to force me to eat broccoli every day for dinner or something. I don't want broccoli. I'm a kid, I don't like broccoli, and I was forced to eat broccoli, and I'm now 40 years old lady, and I'm still up to date. Every time I look at the broccoli, I gag. I can't eat broccoli. Yes, I know broccoli is very healthy. I know I need to eat broccoli. I know consciously, but I'm not able to do this. Why? And that's, again, this is where's the relationship between the trauma, the blockage I have since I was a kid, forcing me to do something forcefully that developed the kind of pattern of me of rejection, as an example. And now every time I look to the broccoli will remind me with that rejection that I lived when I was a young. All right, now, after here, we're going to move to this area, what we call critical mind. So now after the age of 8, as a human, we're going to start having some kind of development in our mind and awareness. And there's area where we call the critical mind. So what is the critical mind? The critical mind, it is when we start evaluate what is true or false. What has been told for us, if this is true or not, it's our self-realization. And we're going to start comparing the compares between the new information that we are receiving now with our beliefs and past experiences. Also, this is an area to protect us from accepting ideas that does not or don't fit within us. And also this area acts like a gatekeeper between the conscious and the subconscious mind. So this is the conscious mind. As you notice, guys, is 12% only. And this is the subconscious mind is about 88%. And this is the gatekeeper, the critical mind. So most of what's in here has been happening in our subconscious. Most of the time, we don't remember because we don't want to remember. So the subconscious hits those experiences. Now, when we go up to the conscious mind, so this is just the 12%, and this is what is the conscious mind, right? It's about 12% of our whole entire mind. What is happening? What is happening in our 12%? This is the conscious mind, is the part of us that is aware, thinking and logical guiding us and giving us the decisions in the present moment and allowing us to read, understand, and engage with the world around us. So this is what in reality we interact with our surrounding from the 12%. This is what we call the willpower. The conscious mind is your own willpower that you have been developed after the age of 8 to 10 and go on and still developing, going on, right? So this is where the reasoning remain, the logic, the decision making, the analysis, everything is here. But here's where's the conflict. This 12%, and this is the subconscious 88%. So what have been stored in here in the 88% in the subconscious is really what's going to rule and never the 12%. Yes, this will be in the moment, the 12%, the conscious. But as actions change or desiring to go further in our life, to become better in our life, all that kind of decisions, nothing will happen if this 12% will not match the 88%. So if this 12%, the mind, the conscious mind, will working on its own in the moment only, without going back and rewiring what happened to us in the subconscious, the change will never happen. Now, I'm sorry. So the unknowns of the conscious mind. The conscious mind is limited, as I mentioned. It doesn't know or control everything. Some of it's unknowns. It's including the hidden beliefs, as I mentioned, in the subconscious. Deep subconscious beliefs that shape your thoughts and actions without your awareness. And the automatic habits. Guys, make sure that you, after this class, you start maybe realizing things that you do in your life and how the habits happen. And I'll give you an example in a minute. So the habits happen is like the behaviors done without thinking. There's no thinking. It's just doing automatically, like routines things, reactions or emotional patterns that we go through in our life and we keep going through it and we get stuck into it. We don't realize. So this is a habit related to the subconscious, emotional triggers. Who does not have those triggers, by the way? We all do. We all do, right? So, why certain things upset or strongly affect you, often without the conscious mind understanding the root cause? So, consciously, you know this is wrong. I should not yell at my sister, as an example. I should not do this. But I don't know why I can't. Every time this situation is happening and I stand in front of my sister, as an example, her behavior is triggering me. I cannot help it. That's how the emotional triggers, it's all in your subconscious related to specific blockage that you went through in your life. Body processes, functions like heartbeat, breathing, and healing happens outside conscious control. This is something I like to tap into a little bit more from the spiritual perspective. And yes, it's true, by the way, and I'm telling you, our body is capable to heal its own if we unlock the door, the key. Yet will require a lot of preparation, a lot of change in our subconscious habits, the way we eat, the way we live. But it happens. Our body, it's constantly in change from the 7-year cycle, 7-day cycle, right? Every day, 24-hour cycle. So there is a change, our body change, right? So It's true. When you heal, you become healthier, and not only spiritually, also on the physical form. The body will become healthier because triggers and emotions, think of it that way. Our seven subtle bodies that we have within our auric field, this is all linked to our physical body. So whatever happened on those subtle bodies, this body will be affected, right? So when we are healthy on the inside, we're healthy from the outside too. That kind of relationship. Past imprints, memories and early experiences that influence your present behavior unconsciously as well. So I want you guys to think of it that way. The conscious mind is the captain. The subconscious mind is the entire ship. Wow. See? And the captain, what can the captain do? I mean, they do, like guide the ship, but the ship is the ship, right? So you may choose a direction consciously, right? As the captain do, gives the order, but the subconscious provides the power. Think of it that way. Now, since your subconscious is in control, habits and automatic reactions. And who does not have those things, right? Recruiting habits and automatic responses often reveal the influence of the subconscious mind over daily behavior automatically. Checking your phone first thing in the morning, biting your nails maybe when you're stressed without realizing, taking the same route to work. I do this all the time. Who doesn't do that? Yes, this is something has been there. I mean, I do this and I know it's wrong, but I do it. The first thing in the morning, unconsciously, I reach out to my phone and I grab my phone and I check my emails and my messages. And who does not do that? Right? Every day, maybe I will say to myself, as an example, tomorrow morning, I don't want to do this. I don't want to reach to my phone. I don't want to look at my messages. I'm just going to get up. Maybe I can do what I need to do. And then later on, I can check my phone, right? And the next day morning, that does not happen. So before even I open my eye, I reach out to my phone and I look at my phone. And that's how it is, the subconscious control, because subconsciously, this is the kind of habit I got used to it. While consciously, I'm trying to change it, but I'm not going to the root. I got to go deep down in the root and change. The change happened from within deep down, right? Subconscious belief and choices, difficulty breaking patterns or making conscious decisions, maybe or may result from deep-seated subconscious beliefs. Avoiding career change. A lot of people, they come to me, some people, and they want to, and that's true, by the way, that happens with with the clients that I see. They come, they're so excited for the new career that they got. They go, they take the job, and then a week later, the anxiety will go crazy on them. They cannot do it, and then they quit and they go back to their old job. That's because the subconscious beliefs and choices that we made in there. Yes, consciously, I'm excited. I want this job. It's a better job. But because I did not break those patterns that I have been going with for a long time and those beliefs, right? And those beliefs, they can be as, I don't work, I don't deserve this a new job. I'm so scared to go into new challenge. I'm not comfortable with the change, right? I'm afraid I will not meet the standards that everybody's expecting from me, right? I'm so scared from competitions, that kind of things, right? So staying in unhealthy relationships also is the same way. I have a partner, example. I know my relationship is toxic. He yells, he screams as an example. Maybe there is some domestic abuse, wherever. He drinks too much, or maybe he's into drugs or whatever, you know? I know, I know consciously I'm not supposed to stay in this relationship because I'm getting affected, but I'm not able to leave. Every day I'm there, I'm going through this. I tell myself, that's it, I'm done. That's it, I'm done. But that done is never done. That's because the choices and beliefs that we have been, have it in our subconscious. Procrastination on important tasks. This is something what we call the laziness. Also, there is a lot of people, they are motivated in the morning. Example, they get up, they are so motivated. Oh, I want to do this and this and that. Today, I'm going to finish my project. Today, I'm going to do this cleaning this place. Today, I want to do my garage. And then that's in the morning when they wake up. So they have that kind of motivation. And then an hour later, it's like they look at the garage as it says, like, I can do it tomorrow. It's okay. There's always tomorrow. That kind of things. This is something also related to laziness, something for a blockage that happened in your subconscious when you were young. You got exposed to that kind of experience that create that kind of pattern that you are up to date, you are going through this energy, and you have no idea why you're doing it. Emotional triggers and anxiety traumas. Emotional trigger. Um, if you can, please just keep your mic off, please. Thank you. Just 1 second. I'm sorry. I gotta mute everybody else again because I got lost. Okay. And now I cannot go back to my screen.
You muted yourself.
Thank you. But usually when I talk, if anything happened, I get confused a little bit. This is how my mind pattern happens. So please, if you don't mind, just keep quiet until I'll be done. I'm done. I'm going to be done soon. So the emotional triggers and anxiety traumas, but thank you so much for whatever, told me that. Emotional triggers and unexplained anxieties can indicate that the subconscious mind is influencing one's action more than conscious thoughts. Feeling nervous before presentations, this is something also a fear relating to phobia, actually, not a fear, because this is something has been tapped into your subconscious for a long time. It became actually as a phobia more than a fear. Getting irritated over small things. Someone gets always irritated over small things and gets mad, it gets angry, and then it comes and asks, and they ask themselves, why am I getting irritated? I don't know what's going on. Also, avoiding social events, as an example, without a clear reason. Some people, they have kind of bullying problem in their young age. They try to avoid any social events because this is where the link is, right? Social anxieties for being bullied, as I mentioned, sadness for losing a loved one, and this is the grief. This is a big one, actually. And usually we get stuck, all of us, to be honest. We do get stuck when we lose someone, anything we love. It could be a pet or someone close to us. The grieving, it's really something. It will create a very fear pattern about you might lose anything in your life for later, if you did not know how to process that kind of fear at that time, right? In any age, by the way, of your life, is not only when you're a child. It's going to affect you later on and elevate the fear emotions about losing any kind of things. So trauma is seen as patterns of emotional, physical, or mental responses that repeat automatically. So what does that tells you? That the subconscious response on repetition, right? Now, exercise memory awareness. So I want you guys all please to close your eyes, maybe for a moment, and I want you to look down to your heart while you close your eyes. And I want you to remember the first time you felt rejected, maybe in your life. Or maybe the first time you felt you were not enough. And I want you to tap in for one moment. Right? Now, open your eyes. Subconscious decisions often start in here, in that deep down feeling that you felt and you connected with at this moment. So the subconscious goal, it's really to keep you safety, like in safe, but not happy. So it's safety, not happiness, right? So this is what the subconscious does. Automatically try to protect us, automatically try to, prevent us from taking the step forward, and we stay stuck in that prison I call the old pattern prison, right? Now, the freedom happen when you open that prison and rewire yourself, you rewire your subconscious and let the old go and welcome a new suggestions. Now, why willpower fails? Many people try to change through motivation or discipline, and this is very true. But conscious mind is very small process, remember 18%. But while the subconscious mind, it's massive automation system, everything in there. And I want you guys to understand this, please, on a bigger picture. The subconscious mind, it's continuously, we induce the subconscious mind. We fill the subconscious mind. And the reason is this. Every moment we live in, it becomes past, right? So every experience we go through, every feeling, every anything at this moment, that will become past. And that past will be stored in your subconscious. It will never go away, right? So that's why we say it's a massive automation system. Everything goes and stored in your subconscious. Trying to change habits using only willpower, like pushing a bicycle against a moving, train, it doesn't work. Real change happens when the subconscious accepts a new program. Now, what can affect the subconscious mind? Limited mental energy. Willpower is like a muscle. It gets tired with overuse, especially after stress or decision making. So we need to pay attention to this. Emotional override. Strong emotions like stress, fear, and cravings maybe often overpower logic and conscious intention. I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight. I'm trying everything I can do. It is not happening. And that's because you never went down to your subconscious, to the root problem, and tried to do the change from there, healing the trauma that you have that is related to not losing the weight, right? Subconscious programming. Deep habits and beliefs stored in the subconscious mind run automatically overriding conscious effort. Also, the lack of a clear system without routines or structure, relying only on willpower, makes consistency difficult. Okay? The more choices you make throughout the day, the weaker your ability to resist temptation becomes. So that means usually as a human, right? We overdo things. We overthink. We overuse our body. We overuse everything. We got used to overuse, right? Everything. And it fatigues us. It does fatigue, gives you the fatigue. Also, delay rewards versus instant gratification. The brain is wired to choose immediate pleasure over long-term benefits. So this is something you need, guys, to make sure you understand it, by the way, because it's true. So what is the key message of that? Willpower alone, it's not enough, right? Lasting change happens when you align habits, environments, and subconscious pattern. You align the inside with you outside, with the outside. So the 3 in 1, right? You align your environment, you align the habit, your action in this physical body, because actions are physically, right? With the inside, who you are, the subconscious pattern. And that's the only time, and yeah, I know, but I have to say it. That's the only time change will happen. Other than that, nothing is going to happen. Way to reprogram the subconscious mind. Yay. Now, repetition and affirmation, if anyone will ask my opinion, repetition, it is 10 out of 10. Affirmation on its own, it's 1 out of 10. See what I'm saying? So what does that mean? Consistency. The subconscious learns through repetition, and that is true 100%. So the more you repeat, this is what you feed your subconscious. Example, I can always repeat and I can always give myself that compliment. I don't need to wait for anybody to tell me that I'm safe, I'm complete, I'm worthy, I'm loved. Opportunities comes easily, and those are, if you notice, guys, they're all positive feeding subconsciously. Positive, right? Consistency rewires belief patterns. So the more I say and I believe consciously that I'm complete, that's what I'm telling my subconscious. I'm complete. But I need to keep repeating, repetitive, and affirmation, positive direction, not a negative. Never ever, guys. You never ever you need to tell yourself, I cannot do it. I'm not worthy. I know it's just a word. It will come out unconsciously at that moment, but this word, it will be saved, tapped, whatever you want to call it, stick, imprint in your subconscious, and your subconscious is going to take that as a serious thing, and it is going to feed you that back later. You're not worthy. See how it works? Also, visualization. I really recommend this, and I like that. Visualization or imagination or seeing with the mind eye. I know not everybody capable maybe to visualize the picture, but guys, if you feel it here in your heart, this is also a way of seeing. So when I feel or I see, that's the same way. That's part of me. Visualization, the brain does not fully distinguish between imagination and reality, by the way. Yeah, I know. That's maybe be surprised. It does not know the difference. Whatever you feed your subconscious will become. You will become. So if we do some kind of daily visualization, no? Sorry, like feel the future self in life. Feel your future and live it as it is happening at this now. The most mistake people do in the law of attraction, which is something I teach as well. When they talk to themselves or they try to manifest, they say or they use either in their visualization or they say, I will have this car. I will buy a house. I will have a pet. As long as you put I will in the future and you are in this moment, nothing is going to happen. And here's the reason. Again, you are not aligning yourself with your surrounding. So in a way, we never ever talk to ourselves in the future. We just stick to the moment. We live in the moment, right? So experience success internally first. Emotion plus imagination and your subconscious imprint. So the way we talk to our subconscious, it's in the moment. I love my new house. I can just close my eyes, as simple as, and I can create that pattern, that picture. I already have the house. I'm already living in this house. I know how many rooms is in this house. What's the wall color maybe? What did I like, maybe there's picture in there. So now I am living this reality. I know this is a visualization and imagination, but this is part of who we are. We are a machine of manifestation, to be honest. It's just a matter of us unlock the way and know how to use it. And here we go. I'm telling you a very simple way now. This is as simple as it could be. You can close your eyes, you imagine, you dream, whatever you want to call it, but never ever do it in the future. Live it now. See yourself what you want to be in the future. Bring the future to now. Emotional healing. This is something very important also. Strong emotion create deeper programs. So any kind of trauma we go through in our life, blockages, shock. This is, it really affects the way our subconscious works. So methods. There's a lot of way I wrote here. It might help you on your own. And of course, I will always recommend you seeing or seeking if you are serious about changing, if you have any kind of a blockages or any kind of problem, like it's really affecting your life, I will always recommend you to seek professional people, like practitioners. But also here I put some methods that you can help yourself on a daily basis. Maybe you can do this, the breath work. I mean, we are all about a breathing, right? Breathe, breath. So maybe if you start practicing any kind of a breathing, shamanic breathing, breath of fire, box breathing, conscious connected breathing, holotropic breathing, as simple as you can just sit and you breathe, it will help you in a way to connect to your subconscious. Meditation, I really recommend this, a huge recommendation. Meditation, it doesn't have to be very hard, guys. You can only start with 4 minutes a day, and all what you need is just to sit in silent. That's it. Don't do nothing. Just close your eyes, connect with within you, within, inside. By closing eyes, we go deep in. The sight, usually it's such a blessing. We have the sight, the eyes. This is a sense of seeing, right? But this is sometimes it will be a very like distraction for us, especially when we try to go deep in. So closing the eyes, sitting, just breathing normally, and just sit in silence. Mindfulness meditation, it's a great way. If then this is something, if you are in advance or you're used to meditation. Candle gazing, some people, they like just to sit in the darkness, and just watch the candle gazing. This is something, it will give you the connection with your subconscious. But please, if you would like to do this, I would always recommend using only white candle, never ever any different kind of candles. Color, it's important. It's a conscious, it has its own consciousness. Okay, like everything else alive in this world, everything has its own consciousness. So white, connect with the white light. Okay. Mantras meditation. A lot of people, they like to repeat mantras, just chanting mantras. Walking, I found it's a great way of meditation. Just walk, let yourself and put yourself in Mother Earth arms. When I say walking meditation, I don't mean you having headphones on and you're talking on the phone with your friends. Of course not. This is not a walking meditation. The walking meditation, you have no interruptions. You're not surrounded with any interruptions. You are only connecting with Mother Nature, and you are walking there, absorbing with every sense you have. Dancing, it's a very beautiful way. Or the Sufism whirling also is a great way, by the way, to connect to your subconscious. Compassion, practicing compassion. It's a huge compassion towards others, compassion towards animals, compassion towards nature. Chakras, working chakras, breathing chakras to align the chakras. This is a very beautiful way also. And bhakti, devotional, this is something very specific, special devotion for bhakti, for chakti. And singing bowls is also in a way, and a samadhi mantras, samadhi meditation. Inner child work, as I mentioned, inner child work, it's very important for us to tap into this and try to help ourselves healing. So can be done through therapeutic healing practitioner, somatic awareness practitioner, or yourself, maybe. Healing, as I said, practitioners, maybe support groups, holistic dancing, like aesthetic dance is a very beautiful way of connecting with your inner child, by the way. Doing art, drawing, painting, very beautiful way to connect with your inner child. And putting boundaries in self-care. Boundaries, right? You have boundaries. Also journaling, I really encourage my clients all the time, to be honest. Journaling, it is a very good way to connect with your subconscious. And this is something also, wherever you write, you will have the ability to go back and look at the patterns of what you're writing and receive messages. Healing removes all emotion imprints. That's true. So if you really, really as I said, you want to go deeply into the healing process for the subconscious, will be required. You will need help. Hypnosis and somatic therapy. This is a great way if you are a practitioner for specific, maybe kind of holistic, things, self work. You will know how to. You will be able to go work. Tap into yourself and help yourself. As I mentioned, hypnosis and deep relaxation, the therapeutic healing way, when the brain enters, what does happen in there, and why this is a very effective way of healing the subconscious, because we go through the theta states and into very deep meditation states, right? That's all, by the way, helps you. This is what we call therapeutic healing. And the hypnosis. So when we reach the theta states, once you are in the theta state in any way you reach, this is where you open up your subconscious and you're connecting with it, by the way. Anytime you are in the theta state. Deep meditation, the more you go deeper, 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 this is where you open and unlock your subconscious. Hypnosis is a very great way because the subconscious becomes highly suggestible. This is how we work as hypnotherapists. We make the subconscious, we make it become very highly suggestible, and we change the pattern. So we take out the old pattern, the blockages, and we put a new suggestions with a new pattern, a positive pattern that the subconscious will start have and work with it. This is why guided hypnosis can accelerate transformation, by the way. That's because it is very it's like very like steady. It's direct. It's very direct. It's a subconscious. You know what I mean? It's just a direct, like session. Boom, boom, boom. You're done. Right? So repetitive. We do repetitive. The suggestions. That's what we do. Environment and identity shift. Your subconscious mirrors your environment. Yes, and that's what it comes from the law of harmonics. What's inside is outside, right? The correspondence. So the macrocosm and the microcosm. We are the microcosm, right? What's inside us, it's outside us. So we carry the universe within, right? From that perspective. So if we change the way we talk, the conversations we do with ourselves or others, if we eliminate, to be honest, some of the media conceptions, because most of the media these days and always been, it's the main way to hypnotize people, by the way. We are hypnotized most of the time with the negative patterns. And the reason is the media. Have you ever seen or heard any positive news? Everything is negative. That's what they feed us. So media consumption is very important for us to be aware of what are we feeding ourselves, which kind of movies we're watching, which kind of music I'm listening to. This is all very easy. Okay, so there's just a fine line. I want you guys to look at me here. So there is just like a fine line in there, and this is the theta state, right? So this is the conscious and this is the subconscious. So it is very easy for us to slip during the day or any time from the conscious states to the subconscious state. And that happen in any moment we reach the theta state for any reason, or when we go deep down. When we are watching a TV, the moment we sit and we watch TV and we concentrate with our five senses towards that screen, you are entering the hypnosis state, by the way. When you look on your phone and you are listening to someone talking, that kind of attention you give, that moment, you are entering the subconscious. You are into the hypnotic states, just to let you know, guys. So be aware about the media, what you're watching, what you're listening to. Oh my gosh, the music. Oh, huge effect, by the way. And the words. A lot of people, unfortunately, they don't notice this. And from early age, they expose, example, their kids to all those, rap songs, whatever it is. They don't pay attention. This is what you're telling the subconscious, it's okay. And this is how this kid, it will grow on those patterns, as an example, right? So your social circle is very important. So you gotta pay attention. Are you surrounded with negative people and you're absorbing that negativity and you become like them? Or you have a positive circle around you and your daily rituals? Again, this is very important. What are you telling yourself? how you're talking to yourself, how you're seeing yourself. This is very important too. So become the person whose habit match your desired life. So easy. No, it's not. So if we're going to look at the identity, to shift the identity, so behavior usually follows identity. The identity never follows behavior. This is something we always get confused in, by the way. Again, behavior, our behaviors follows our identity that the subconscious create for us. So, example, if I want to talk to myself, again, I will never say I want success. I'm becoming a successful person. And the reason is this. At this moment, I'm already success, but I want to be more successful, right? So if you change identity, the behaviors will follow you and never the opposite. So the conscious behavior remain in our conscious mind, identity remain in our subconscious mind, right? So we change the identity, we change the root. We go down, deep down to the root and we do the change. And that change, it will reflect on the conscious mind, behavior will follow. So if we're going to say, let's say there's 3 steps to change the formula. I just gave you here very simple way, by the way. It's just the 3 steps. Step 1, we need to be in awareness. Awareness is very important. Be aware. Stay aware all the time, if you can, of course. Notice the pattern without judgment. Being aware of ourselves, and it doesn't mean to judge on ourselves. It means to be conscious, understanding. Example, I yelled at my mom, and I know that wrong. And I felt so bad because that was very misbehaved from my side. Now, I acknowledge it's wrong. I know it's wrong. With my awareness, I know this is something's not going to happen again. But I will not sabotage myself for the rest of my life. How bad person, son or daughter I am because I yelled at my mom. No judgment. I will just absorb because, by the way, guys, we are nobody but an absorber. We are absorbers to our life. That's it. So you absorb what happened. You notice the pattern, but you don't never ever judge on yourself or anyone else. Judgment, usually from the spiritual perspective, we take it as a very low, by the way, energy, from the lower energy actions. Judgment as judgment. Interrupt. So pause automatic reactions. So when we do the interruptions and we correct, this is where we do the pausing for the automatic reactions is happening. So when you aware, you realize what you did. Let's say I yell at my mom. I go and I apologized for my mom, to my mom. By me doing this action, I pause this reaction because now I'm aware of it. It's not happening automatically. I know this is wrong. And also the step number 3, install new belief. So by repeating new belief plus new action. That's what I did. I went and I apologized to my mom. And I promised myself I will never do this again. See? Awareness, interrupt, install new belief. And that's how, those are the change formula. And on a very simple way, by the way. Okay? Daily ways of nurturing, to nurture a stronger connection with your subconscious. I gave you here a little bit of a couple of things. Morning affirmation. If I wake up in the morning and the first thing before I reach out to my phone, if I can do something positive and I can have a positive idea in my mind at that moment when I'm still open to my subconscious. So I would like to share that with you guys. The moment before we fell asleep and the moment we wake up, this is where we are in the highest theta states. And this is where we are still connected to our subconscious. Every night when we fell asleep and we drift down, our subconscious is open to this universe. And this is where happened the traveling, astral projection. The soul will travel and explore this universe, right? The moment before we disconnect in a way from this materialistic world. It's the right that moment before we fall asleep, and the moment when we wake up is the moment when we are coming back to this world, to this reality, right? This is the strongest time for manifestation. So try not to waste this moment. Bring that positive, one positive idea every day, same positive idea that you want to do the change with it. And repeat this statement for yourself and your goals. I am confident, as an example. I'm calm, I'm capable, I'm successful, whatever. I'm happy, I'm healthy, whatever you want. So you go bed with this positive idea and you wake up before you start your day with this positive idea. And this is, by the way, very, very, I found personally, very strong way to rewire the subconscious. Now, mindful meditation or breath work. Also, as I said, if you spend 10 to 20 minutes a day focusing on your breath or inner awareness, just to sit with yourself and connect, this is also, it will strengthen your relationship with your subconscious and allow you to have stronger way to open up and connect, you know, with the subconscious. This is the quietness and sitting in silence. It will help quiet the conscious mind and access deeper thoughts. And the reason is this: in our life, we are so busy. We are very surrounded with a lot of noises, a lot of noises. So when you give yourself that time with yourself and you sit in silence and you separate, disconnect from this noise around you, this is a very good way for you to reconnect with your inner self, your subconscious. As I mentioned before, journaling your thoughts or dreams. Dreams is not fake. Dreams is real. It's the other part of you. So dreams, usually within the hypnosis, it's a way we work with as well. A lot of people, this is it's our nature as a human, actually. Some people, whatever you're not able to do in reality, this is going to be your venting way in your dreams. Some people, they are will receive messages from their dreams. Some people travel within their dreams. Whatever it is, tells us it's real. Dreams, our dreams, it's part of our reality, right? So it's good you write down in your journal, you follow the pattern, you see what is maybe your high self, your divine trying to tell you. What's in there you have to change, right? Journaling will help you. When you write freely about your emotion, intuitions, or recurring your dreams, it will relieve to you the subconscious patterns and insight, and it will help you to find a way. As I said before, the visualizing imagination exercises, this is so great way I found also, and this is something also we teach in the law of attraction. Imagine your desires, outcomes, or ideal self in vivid detail. So you just connect with yourself in your future version in the now, as I said. So engage the subconscious to guide your behaviors towards goals. That's how we do the change, and we connect. Self-hypnosis or guided hypnosis. So those two are very great tools as well. So maybe you can listen to short hypnosis audios targeting habits, confidence, and or healing. But please, guys, when it comes to that, I would like you to be very conscious about which kind of already set meditation that you can listen to. By the way, I forgot to mention this too. I do run a group hypnosis meditation sessions, and they are here on the Meetup. There is a link for them. I do once a week, and every week I work with imagery way, technique. And every week we work on a different problem or trauma, or blockages. So I would like you guys to be cautious about what you're doing as you're listening on your own. Words, it's important. Music, it's important. Everything in our life affects us. So choose the right thing for you and know what you're doing, right? Also, direct communicates with the subconscious mind. Guided hypnosis means like you do hypnosis sessions with a hypnotherapist. Reflection before sleep. As I mentioned before, review the day and focus on positive experiences or lessons learned. Just do positive. Never, never bring negative before you go bed. The subconscious is highly receptive before sleep, as I explained to you. Awareness of automatic thoughts. Notice recurring beliefs, fears, or impulses during the day. So if you notice those recurring, will help you identify the patterns that can be reshaped subconsciously. So awareness, again, we're going to go back what we talked about before, right? Being aware in the moment. Gratitude practice. This is something I will recommend the most to all of you. And I am a gratitude practitioner daily, daily. It's a part of my life. And I have seen a lot of change. And that's really tap into your subconscious. So daily listening of things you're thankful for. So list it, or maybe you don't have to write it. You can just say it, imagine it, whatever you want. So this is where we program subconscious to focus on abundance and positivity. How beautiful is that? It is, right? Also engaging in creative activities, drawing, dancing, writing, or music. Will stimulate subconscious insight and intuition, by the way. All those. Nature connection and quiet time. Spend time outside. Just go out, go to nature, connect with Mother Earth, throw yourself there, open up your sense, interact, observe, connect with nature. Try to notice the smallest things, the bugs around you, the animals, whatever, the sounds. Just try to connect. So spend time outside observing or just being present. Will calm the conscious mind and enhance the subconscious clarity, by the way. Now we got a conclusion. Your subconscious mind stores your past, everything. And the past, if you notice, guys, the past is example. When I start this presentation, now it's a past. That means the past is continual, never stop, right? And this is everything, it's going in the subconscious. And also the subconscious will shape your present, right? And creates your future. So the subconscious is everything. The moment, the past, the future, because everything is connected. There is no one, by the way, separate. They're all one in a way. So, but you are not a prison of your programming, as I mentioned. You are the observer, the rewriter, and the creator of your story. Okay? So when you change the subconscious, you change your reality, and that is true. And then awareness creates freedom. So change is repetition plus compassion. So you need to be within the compassion energy and the repetition energy. And you are not broken. No one is broken, ever. We are not broken creatures. We are just programmed. And with that programming, we became who we are, right? And it's a part of the journey. I want to tell you this. Every single experience we go through in our life, it is nothing but a lesson. It has meant to be for us in this life that we live in order to help us to move forward and become a better version of us. And that's only will happen with the awareness. So we can invite reflection. One action you will begin tonight that might do a lot of change in your life, right? Sounds good? So with that, okay, I'm back in here. I'm gonna in a way, programming the subconscious minds isn't about forcing change. This is important for us to know. It's about retraining patterns. The brain has learned through repetition, emotion, and experience. Your subconscious runs on associations, habits, and predictions. So the key is to replace old patterns with new ones constantly and emotionally. All right.